will be placing outtakes. From my interviews with porn stars like Brianna Banks. So all that stuff was going to be on my Patreon page. So if you guys want to do that, here, let's see, it's patreon.com/KarenLee Potter. If you want to check out the special stuff that's on Patreon, $10 and up mark. So today I thought we'd talk about a bunch of different things, and I'll just give a quick shout out to everybody that's on right now on YouTube: Miguel, Jimmy, Loki, Malkia, Mega Giants, Shaquille, K. Smitty, Michael Wright, Sub, Shaquille, Kwame, Victor, Jonathan, everybody on. Please make sure to give the thumbs up, Brendan and Loki. Okay. You saw Guardians of the Galaxy already? Wow, I want to hear about that because I know I'm going to be seeing it next weekend. And okay, I was going to talk to you about a few things. One, I was sent, yeah, everybody can see this, I hope. This is Promescent. This is a topical spray, and I think this is the only one that I would recommend, and the link will be in the description box below, but this is something that you use. It's a fast-acting lidocaine-based formula and what this does, this is for people who have basically come too quickly, premature ejaculation issues. But you can see it's really nice packaging. It's a tiny little spray. You put it on like 15 minutes before you have sex, and you can even take a shower and wash it off if you want. It stays in the bloodstream so that the partners won't feel it and you won't feel it, and it's supposed to be really good at keeping everybody nice and hard. So anyway, I'm going to give one of these away each week. It'll be sent to you free of charge. I'm going to give one to the lucky winners who sign up for my newsletter. So the newsletter will be in the description box below, and I will be announcing the winners very soon. So if you're on Instagram and you go to my KarenLeePotter.com, I'll put it right here, KarenLeePotter.com. You could sign up for my newsletter on my website, and there you can be entered to draw once a week. You'll be able to be in the drawing. Wouldn't that be great if you guys can win this? Okay, so we got contests, we got ways to go on my Patreon page, and my Patreon page is where you'll be able to see those outtakes I was telling you about with me and Brianna Banks. There'll be pictures of my pedicure with Nina Hartley. There'll be special videos of what I do on the weekends, things like that. Hey, John, let me explain the Patreon page. Okay, so Patreon is basically a crowdfunding page because of the fact that YouTube doesn't really monetize I don't get any money from YouTube. I think I got 68 cents the other day because they don't like me talking about sex. So because of that, unless you're like talking about things that children like I don't know what, something wholesome like wholesome bread or something, basically YouTube has stopped monetizing. The brands have pulled out. So I have to find other ways to monetize, and that's why there's this Patreon page, and I'm going to put it right here. You could also donate money at the bottom of this chat if you're at a PC or a Samsung phone, and you could see what's going on with it. There's a little dollar sign, you can donate there. But that's how you get it. It's Patreon, and if you check it out, there's so many different levels. You could join it at any level. And, whatever your budget will allow, but I'm sure that you guys have wasted $10 a month. Was not a lot of money to ask, but I'm sure you've wasted a lot more than that over the weekend in Cinco de Mayo buying beers for people that, were not even that grateful. So I will definitely be extremely grateful if you guys join me on my Patreon page. I actually got 2 new patrons that I'd like to give a shout out to, and those 2 guys or girls. You can be a girl too and be a patron, by the way. So I want to announce those people, and I will do that as soon as I have them in front of me, which I don't. But anyway, so I wanted to tell you a little bit about my feelings about Macron. Macron is the new French president, premier, whatever he is, and his wife is 25 years older than him. And I think that's awesome. And the reason I think that's awesome is because people like Donald Trump, no one says a word about Donald Trump being way older than his wife. So why shouldn't we have the opposite effect? And that's why I'm very, very happy about the situation. And what do you guys think about this situation? I'd like to hear from you. Please let me know right now if you can. Let's see. Hi, Bean. I know you have a weakness for older ladies. Iceman, guess I'll get banned for this, but Macron has just destroyed France. You won't be banned for your viewpoint, but why? Why did he just destroy France? Oh, John, you're not going to see the pedicure on camera, but you'll see pictures, if that's what you're asking. You can see a pedicure, though, of myself, if you're interested. So let's see. Mega Giant, I'm 27 and have a female friend who's 48. We are sexually attracted to each other. Should I pursue a long-term relationship with her at some point or just have sex with her and be her friend? I'm in a relationship with someone, I think with almost the same age gap, or maybe a little bit less than that. And I say go for it. There's no reason you have to just think of her as a sex object. It's just because she's older. It depends on what you want out of your relationship. If you want to have children and she doesn't, that could be a breaking point. John, you can only get hard for cougars anyway. Sorry, Jonathan, what do you think of making my a sex tape with 2 girlfriends? Go for it. Why not, if they want to do it? Oh, so Iceman is saying, I care that he wants terrorists to come into his country. Okay, I see. So you're not saying anything about the relationship status, the age gap. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Kay Smitty, good point, KarenLee. Thank you. Brendan, in your relationship, you're older than your boyfriend, correct? Brendan, much older, yes. John, opinion on the Phoenix Marie. Oh, tell me what that means, because I'm not up on that one. Whatever, Michael says, whatever floats everybody's sexual boat, it's all good and not just sex. Exactly. So Jonathan is talking about his two girls, and one is really kinky, and he thinks he should go for it. And I say, go for it. ASO, you don't care about the age? Good. Age is just a number from Beard, something or other that just slipped by me. Let's see. I'm just trying. May you give me your phone number, ASO. No, you can call in sometimes during these live chats, but not right now. Please don't. I'm going to have to hide this one here. Some of these saying, I want to fuck you, and I don't want to listen to that kind of shit. Anyway, okay. So where were we? Oh, Phoenix is a porn star. I don't know. So what happened with that? Anyway, so yeah, aside from the political viewpoints of Macron, I don't know anything about that. All I focused in on was the fact that, I mean, he did meet her when he was in high school. Her name is Brigitte, and she was his teacher, his French teacher. So, and she was married at the time. So that part I really think is kind of sketchy. But that being said, he's been married to her for a long time and treats her with respect as much as any other relationship or marriage would be. And he asks her children, who are about his age, if they would allow or be accepting of his relationship with his with their mom, and they all agreed that it was the right thing to do. So all's well in the president's house over there. Let's see. Jonathan is talking about his kinky friends, girlfriends, and there is no limits. Okay. Can we see a bit more of you, KarenLee? Okay, what is this? Why do people think of this as like some sort of a porn channel? This is not. We are having discussions. Let's see. Love a lady in a vest top. Okay, I don't know what's going on over there. Does Kendra Lust have kids? John, I believe she does have one. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, okay. So I thought I was going to talk to you. What else was I going to discuss with you? So I'm open to discussion on this week's topics. If you guys want to bring up topics this week, let me know in the comment section below. If you're watching this later on, let me know if there's something that you want to discuss later on that hasn't been discussed in this and didn't get enough attention right now. And definitely give some thumbs up if you like this video. In a minute or two, fire department guys are coming into my apartment, and so I may at any time be interrupted. They're doing some sort of an inspection of all the apartments, and I'm just glad that I wasn't in the middle of the shower. Thanks for all the hearts. Could you hook me up with Nina Hartley? Haha, bearded you. All right, well, anyway, I can't really hook you up with her. Hello, Steve Kotek. Jonathan, sometimes that's a good, sometimes it's not. We need limits. Okay, what about romantic movies? Do you want that discussed, low-key? We'll discuss it. Age difference, yeah. So anyway, I think this new president is supposed to be very bright, and I think he has balls to, to say I'm proud of my relationship with my wife, and he doesn't really care about the age difference, obviously, and neither should anybody else. No one says a word about the fact that Melania Trump is way younger than Donald Trump, right? I don't ever hear that coming up in the news at all. What do I think about BDSM? I think BDSM, for all of you who do not know what that is, it's, just basically, I don't know how to say it. It stands for, what does it stand for? Bondage, that kind of stuff. BD and sadomasochistic behavior. Okay, that's what it is. I mean, it's whatever people floats their boat. Like we say, I'm not going to yuck anybody's yum. So BDSM is cool if that's what you guys want to do. Just make sure you have your limits set, and you have, don't put the woman in any kind of position that she doesn't want to be in. I know that it's pretty popular in some porn genres, so it's whatever people are into. Just make sure that you have your hard limits there, and you know your code, your codes for when you've gone too far and that kind of thing. And never push it on someone unless they really want to do it, if that's what they're into. I recently lost my beautiful blonde fiance to a black man. Oh, okay. So what does that mean? Are you upset that it's a black man, or are you upset that you lost the person? Thank you. We got bondage, disciple, sadism, masochism. Thank you, Paulson. Bye-bye, ESO. Okay. So Stan said, I'm glad Macron won. One Trump is enough. Jonathan saying Nina Hartley is beautiful, sexy, and smart. For those of you who don't know, Nina Hartley is an iconic porn star who I'm personally friends with. And we went the other day to get a pedicure, and I had a wonderful, crazy day that day. And if you want to go to my Patreon page, which I've talked about before, and sign up, it's really, and I think you have to put $5. I'm sure you guys have wasted $5 easily on a Starbucks or something like that. It's $5, and you can see my whole day, and includes pictures of myself and Nina. What are my limits? Haha. Hi, Jonas. Mexicans would call him Donald Duck. Okay. Let's see. Here's more about the black man. Okay, never knew she was into black men. She was around black men often, though. Her personal trainer, her boss. Well, I mean, I think the main thing here is, why did you guys break up? I mean, she wouldn't go after a black man if you guys were on really solid ground. So something happened. Try to figure out what happened. Try to make sure you don't choose someone who is not going to be loyal to you again in the future. Try to figure out what you might have, where you were a part of that whole relationships that, I mean, I don't know anything about it. It sounds like you're hurting from it, and I'd be happy to talk to you more personally about it. So there's a lot of ways to reach me, and that's one of them is pinned here on my website, KarenLeePota.com. Pretty much you can find everything on KarenLeePota.com. I have a video called How to Catch a Cougar. I have videos with myself and Lucia, another cougar expert, talking about how to get a cougar back, which is pretty cool. And then there's another one that we put out called The Kittens and the Cougars. I have another video I put out with Mr. Locario, who's also a dating coach that he and I talked for about an hour. And that's on my website as well. On the shop page, I have lots of different video downloads that you can purchase. Hi, PR Lost Galaxy. John wants to know, how old is your boyfriend? And Jonathan said, nearly 30 years in the adult business. That's hot. Yeah, I think Nina has been in the adult business for that long. I'm not going to answer John's question about how old my boyfriend is because I get asked that all the time, and I'm done with that. It's just, I think it's more important that you guys know that we've been in a 9.5-year relationship, and like Macron, age does not matter to us. Okay, let's see, where were we? Here on Instagram and on Send Me Love on Instagram with those little hearts. And if you're watching now or later on tonight or whenever it is that you're watching this video, please make sure to give a thumbs up. I like doing it in this seat here because before I was doing it and the lips weren't syncing up, so that was not good. Okay. What would you say are the best cougar bars out in LA, Kevin? You know, because I don't have a lot of friends to go out with in LA, I don't really know them, but I would say any of there's a lot of upscale restaurants that I would go to which have really nice bars. So I don't know of any personal, like, specific cougar bars. I think they're more so in like Orange County than Los Angeles. You know, I don't really know. I've been pretty much just hanging around my boyfriend right now, and we just go anywhere. So, but I think if you go to any upscale restaurant where there's a bar, that you will find cougars there. Would you do live chat with Nina or any other porn stars, Jonathan? Yeah, it's hard because, yeah, I might do something with Nina. I don't know. We'll see. The best way to find out about that is, there's a lot of things I probably put on Patreon that I would not put here because, Patreon are where the people really support my efforts. Let's see. Thank you, Ellen, for saying you love my posts. Are white girls at an all-time high for cuckolding? So Snow Bunny is asking me about that. And just so you know, what cuckolding is when there's a couple, and usually the male watches his partner have sex with somebody else. And, it could be, a lot of time it's a younger guy, a black guy, someone that's not like the partner or whatever. It doesn't really matter, but the point is that, what was the question? I forgot the question. Oh, are white girls into at an all-time high for that? And I don't know. I mean, I have not done any studies on it. Apparently, Snow Bunnies Latinas thinks it might be, though, right? Tell me why you think that. And thank you for all the hearts and the kisses and everything. What do you think of celebrity sex tapes? What do I think about them? I think celebrities should be very, very careful, or even wannabe celebrities should be very, very careful of what they're taping and where they're putting their tapes, because as much as you trust your partner at this particular moment, shit happens. Those tapes get out, and it can be very embarrassing, and your kids or family members could see it, and it's not something that you want publicized. So I think it's very important to keep your taping to yourself, or make sure to destroy it later, or make sure you have the only access to it. Nobody says, I think we're talking more about the cuckolding, and she sees it a lot. All right, I don't know if this is a girl or a guy. Snow Bunny sees it a lot. More and more porn does it. Even white girls on Twitter talk about it. Again, a lot of people think that if they see it on porn, that it's true. And it's not necessarily the case. Remember, porn is entertainment. It's fantasy. It is not necessarily true. And I just had a guy go off on me because in porn, he feels that white women are going after only dark-skinned black men and not lighter-skinned black men. And again, that guy needs to figure out that this is, and he said he learned this because of porn. Porn is not an educational tool. It is an instrument where the people who make porn get money for it. So remember that all these porn stars are doing it for the money. They're not doing it because they believe in it necessarily, or that they are the ones who even thought of it. Even the female porn stars basically are doing it because this is their living and they may enjoy it, but that does not mean that they are agreeing with this is how you educate people about sex. So there are women in porn that are directors like Sarah J, and she might be more apt to put things that maybe women are more into, but on the whole, you guys got to remember that just because you see cuckolding more in porn does not necessarily mean that the world is turning to cuckolding, okay? That's just what the people in porn are going for. Porn, unfortunately, you're not going to just, I don't think you're going to get a lot of sales for just a guy and a girl having sex. You know, it's gotten to the point where, and this is why I don't believe that porn is a great way to, I think you've got to keep porn at a very minimum because of the fact that it desensitizes you and it makes you go to the next step and the next step. So whereas before you might be, oh, this was really sexy to see a man and a woman fucking, now you're going into, well, I only get off when I see trannies, or I only get off when I see cuckolding, or I only get off when I see BDSM, or I only get off when, you know, I see a horse. I don't know. I'm just going off the deep end here. But what I'm saying is that, unfortunately, that's what happens when you think of porn as an educational tool or as the only way to be with a woman. It could be really detrimental to your sex life and relationships. So just be very, very careful about porn. Okay? Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation. Especially that. Oh, Brendan, you think I'm a celebrity? Hey, thank you. Marco, how do I make my brother's girlfriend suck me while he is at work? Morning wood, every day we fuck in my dreams. Marco, if it's your brother's girlfriend, I would think that you better be careful. I don't know. I think you better talk about your brother before you go ahead and do it. Your brother's much more important than any woman, so be careful about that. And I'd say go ahead and hit. The dreams are probably better than the reality, so just let it be the dreams. A little bit of Judith Light, but more of a celebrity. Thank you, low key. And what older men and a younger woman 30 years different? What about older men and younger woman 30 years different? Anne, welcome. I always love it. Are you a woman, Anne? Sometimes people use women's names and they're men. But Anne, no matter if you're a man or a woman, I believe that age gaps are just numbers. And if there's a relationship between an older man and a younger woman of 30 years difference, it's fine. The only thing I do want to say, though, is that if, you know, either party, if the older person doesn't want to have kids, that could be a problem. But the other issue is that men tend to live 4 years less than women. So that's something to think about too, because, you know, women are going to live longer. And if you're with someone who's 30 years older, then, you know, chances are that that's going to be an issue at some point in your life because he may die sooner. But again, if it works for you, go for it. Live for now, Ann. Let me know what you think about that. Okay. Hi, everybody on Instagram. What do you say about horse porn? Yes, I don't know. There probably is something like that. But if there isn't, I'm sure there will be one day. Shit, Marco, I'll answer. Of course I'm going to answer. This is why I do the live stream. I want to answer and help you out. Jonathan, older women are beautiful and sexy. Marco, so how do you go about approaching at the gym or on the streets? Marco, here, I want you to go to my website, KarenLeePotter.com, and there's a video called How to Catch a Cougar. I'm writing this down here. How to Catch a Cougar. Purchase that. It's on my front page of my website, and you will learn how to approach a cougar in great detail and go from approaching all the way to hopefully having sex with her. So you will like my videos. They're awesome for teaching, and they will help you with any of your problems. Even if you just go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, it'll teach you how to approach women or men. Hi, everyone on Instagram. Let's see. Ellen's saying good point. Tony, how are you? Hi. Sometimes the Diego loves me. I love you too. Kiki. Hi. Okay. Thank you again for all those hearts and loves on Instagram. And thank you again for subscribing to my channel here. If you want to be notified in advance, make sure that you hit subscribe and then go to the little bell notification, and then you can be part of the next live stream. And I'd be so happy to have you on my Patreon, because that's where I really interact. I ask anyone on my Patreon, or go look at the message board. You will see that I answer. At this point, I'm still able to have constant interaction with all my patrons. And I love it. I love talking to my patrons there. At certain levels, you'll get to talk to me on the phone. There's just really a lot of good reasons to join there, as opposed to just being here. Hey, Ron, how are you doing? And Jonathan saying he once dated a pregnant woman. She was 6 to 7 months, beautiful and sexy. Wow, that's cool. How'd that work out for you, Jonathan? Kevin, did any of your kids' friends ever come on to you when you were single? Kevin, I think they respected my kids too much to do that. So no. Did they flirt with me? A lot of times all those kids will flirt, but nobody's ever going to really come on to me. And also, I don't give off the vibe that I would be into that. You know, that's a lot of times people don't realize what the vibe. Oh, look. Happy times, Ron. This is Ron Waller 23. Shout out to you. He just super chatted me, and I really appreciate the super chat, because he has done that before. Thank you, Ron. And it really makes my day. Like I said, YouTube is not compensating me, so if you guys throw a couple dollars my way here on these live chats, that's great. Or if you go to my Patreon channel and join there, it's even better, because then we can interact more often and talk about things that are interesting to you, or just have you guys see pictures and videos that are not on anywhere else. I guarantee you will not be sorry. If you don't like it, you can always cancel it. Brendan, no one's going to shut me down. It's just a question of whether or not I'm going to be continuing to do these every day, because it does take a lot of my time to not only do I put them up, but then I put thumbnails, and it takes a lot of time to produce these videos and other videos that I put up on my channel. So I won't be closed down, but people like the Advised channel, I don't know if some of you guys are on that. Phil from the Advised channel, he is shutting his YouTube down until people start helping him out on Patreon and on PayPal. Okay, Loki. So yeah, that's a problem. It's a problem for a lot of people that have run their businesses around YouTube monetization, and now YouTube is being, just ridiculously big brotherish. So that's an issue, and that's why he is saying, if you guys want to support, and I suggest you go to the Advice channel, support him on Patreon too. Patreon is a really good way that you can personally, you can have the creators that you like me and Phil from the Advice channel and Stepanka and all these other people that are YouTubers. If you go to Patreon, you can just have a much more intimate relationship. Hey, Bleach Shinobi, I remember you. How are things going with you? How did your weekend go? Fill us in on the details. Anyway, I'm about coming up on another 10 seconds or so left of this. And in case you didn't know, I love you all, and I love having everybody watch this now, participate. I love it when you watch me later. I love it when you comment below. If there's anything you want me to discuss, I would love to discuss it. I got this guy now saying, KarenLee, Potter, exactly, y'all talk that bullshit about y'all don't see color. Like I said, hypocritical bullshit is supposed to be okay for light skins of us to watch y'all. So that's from a guy named Delantia. So Delantia is not on right now, but he's commenting on my videos. For whatever reason, he's got some hostility because he thinks that I prefer dark-skinned blacks over light-skinned blacks. And I don't even understand how he would come up with these things, but he's said he learned it through porn, and which is why I got in that whole porn discussion. Okay, so I'm about to end, but Jonathan wants to say it first. She only gave me oral or hand job, and then we started having sex. Okay. All right, Jonathan, let's talk about that at a future date. And with that, I must say goodbye. I love you all. Please don't forget to subscribe here, turn your notifications on. And hi, Jonas, and thank you for being here and being part of this live stream. And I got to go. See you later. Have a wonderful day. And keep spreading the love, baby.